No, I'm sure this is more than enough to get me home. It's not about the money.
Okay, so what is it about?
I guess I wish I had another choice besides going back to Dayton.
You want to stay?
Well, that's typical, right? I mean, once they come to Lambview, they never want to leave, like me. But the difference between me and you is that you had a lot more to go back to, Dina. I mean, you have your life and all your friends.
Right. So we should probably get going, huh? I mean, we could drive you to the bus station.
I need to ask you something first.
What?
I'd like some time alone with James before I go.
Well, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I happened to mention what your husband told me about your delicate condition. So my friend assumed that meant you were pregnant. And just now, I heard you say that you were sick to your stomach, so I... Look, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. It's none of my business if you're pregnant.
I'm not pregnant. I just told him while I was.
Why do you think I hurt Tomas? I turned him down because I was afraid he was going to hurt me.
You're mistaken, mademoiselle. Thomas would never hurt you or anyone else. He's a good man. But I know your detective feels differently, and I fear his suspicion may rub off on you. So tell me, do you think Thomas was involved in that shooting?
I'm sorry, Lieutenant. Come in.
Jane, I'm sorry that everything went wrong because we didn't know what was going on. And I'm just so scared.
I'm so sorry for interrupting your session, especially after all the times we talked about privacy and confidentiality. It won't happen again.
What did Marty say that would shock me?
Here you go.
Thank you so much. And again, I'm sorry to disturb, really.
Miss Brasco, stop. What are you doing?
I'm doing better now. Now that Mom and Dad know. It doesn't feel as bad.
Listen, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. And I'm sorry that we didn't all know until now. I wish I could have done something to help.
Thanks. Dad, whatever you want to tell Brody, it's cool. I'm gonna go hit the vending machines. I don't know who hired those guys, but whoever did, Manny deserved it.
I wouldn't blame you, Rex. If someone had bullied Liam like that, I don't know what I would... It's just hiring the muscle. It didn't seem like something you would do.
No, it's not.
You have any idea who did it?
Yeah. Somebody who hasn't been that close to Shane in the past, who's got something to prove.
Are we talking about Clint?
Hey, I don't have proof.
You know, he would have had to have done it before his heart attack. But yeah, if anybody wouldn't think twice about hiring a couple of goons to beat up a high school kid, it's Clint Buchanan.
So is this everything?
Actually, no. Jack says that you assaulted him, too. Is that true?
Would you like some water?
No. I want to know what the hell Marty said to you.
You and I are the only two people that will ever know that John is Liam's father.
You thought of this before you spoke up.
Of course I did. We're therapists. We know the law.
Forgive me, Lieutenant. I may have overstepped.
Overstepped what?
I shouldn't have implied that I was going to share specifics with you. As you know, I can't do that. Anything Marty said in session is confidential.
Not if she's dangerous. I already told you she's threatened a friend of mine.
She told this friend to stay away from you. I'm not sure that qualifies as a threat.
So you don't believe in any way
it's possible Marty would harm someone.
I don't believe she'll harm anyone physically. No.
I don't give a damn what you believe, Natalie. I don't have to explain myself to you.
So you're just gonna hold on to Liam's paternity test for the rest of your life?
Actually, when Christian asked me about it, I realized I didn't need it, so I got rid of it.
Oh. Oh, just like that? So you all of a sudden decided that you didn't need to remind yourself about what you were capable of, right? How about what I'm capable of?
Give that back. That's mine. Give it back.
I need to see if you're telling the truth.
Give that to me. That you have no right to take that.
Ha! And what do you know? You're lying.
Tomas didn't tell you that we'd made plans to go out on a date. Now, would I do that if I were suspicious of it?
I suppose not. I'm glad I have nothing to worry about.
You don't?
Then I'll be getting back to New York. But it was a pleasure seeing you again, Mademoiselle Kramer.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Thank you. This is delicious. You've been practicing.
Is it good enough to let me ask you one more question?
What do you want to know?
Why would you tell your husband that you're pregnant when you weren't?
Vima was so despondent when he heard that he had to go to prison that I thought having a baby would give him something to look forward to. So I made up the lie. I'm sorry. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm a terrible person. You know what? I don't blame you if you never want to speak to me again.
Just be careful.
When have I ever let a beautiful woman bring me down?
This Todd Manning situation is different. The two women you are closest to, Mademoiselle Kramer and your sister, are deeply connected to him. I'm afraid that if you see this through to the end, it could spell disaster for all of you.
Why do you need time alone with James?
I just want this goodbye to be better than our last one.
When you broke up with him?
Yeah. I turned that into a huge mess. And if I'm never gonna see you again, I kind of like to leave things on a good note. I mean, you can understand that, right, Star?
Well, what can I say? No, of course you can have time to say goodbye.
Thanks. Look, I really appreciate you giving me a place to stay and everything.
Sure. It was really nice meeting you.
What am I doing? Nothing. Why? What do you think I'm doing?
Well, I wasn't accusing you of anything, except leaving without making your next appointment.
Assaulted him? No, look, I went after Jack pretty hard, okay? I didn't hurt him.
Okay, I am gonna need you to sign a statement, though.
So if everything this kid does to my son, he turns this on me.
Don't worry. If Jack wants to push this, he's gonna have to go public with what he did to Shane, and he doesn't want that.
Yeah, no kidding. Look, what Jack did, it's worse than you know. It's gonna be a long time before Shane's okay again.
How about you? Are you okay? Yeah, I wouldn't be either if this happened to Liam.
You know, I mean, I wish for Natalie's sake that Liam turned out to be John's. But kid's pretty lucky to have a dad like you.
Give me that.
No. Why do you need this?
You don't need it either, so give it to me.
Marty, I don't understand. Why are you hanging on to this? Is this some sort of souvenir to you? Like it reminded you of the good old days when you could hold it over my head?
No, I don't know. I don't know why I did it. It was stupid. So can we just let it go now?
You said Marty wouldn't hurt anyone physically. We both know there's other ways to hurt people. When I think about what she said to Kelly, I mean, she's obviously delusional. I mean, she believes there's still a chance for us.
I don't want everything out in the open. Because then John might go back to Natalie, right? Can't have that.
Why not?
Because he's with me. He belongs to me.
I mean, if she said anything to you about hurting Kelly or anyone else, I need to know about it.
What's going on with Marty is not just about your friend Kelly.
Okay. Fine. What about Natalie? Huh? I mean, Kelly said, Marty said something about she would break Kelly and I up the way she broke Natalie and I up, which is strange because Marty knows why we broke up, and it wasn't because of her.
You took a copy of Natalie's paternity test from the lab.
That's right.
You used it as leverage with Natalie. You said you tortured Natalie by threatening to tell John.
Correct.
You could only do that if the test said Brody Lovett was the father.
It did. Eventually.
Why would Marty say she was the reason we broke up?
I really can't theorize.
Hey, give it a shot, Doc. Put yourself in my position. I don't like being manipulated. And I won't let it happen again.
Why should I let it go when you can't?
I have let it go.
Apparently not, which is weird. You've gotten everything you wanted, Marty. I mean, maybe you weren't there for the critical moment when John found out that Liam was Brody's and not his, but you trust me. You hurt him just as much as you wanted to. He hates me. He's never gonna come back to me. You won.
You make it sound like we're at war. Natalie, we're not. Not anymore.
If you think I believe that, then you're much more delusional than I thought you were. Do you even know the difference between reality and fantasy?
I know exactly what's true and what isn't. And I know that piece of paper can't hurt you anymore. So just give it back to me.
No, Marty. Why do you want this piece of paper so badly? I mean, is there something I'm missing?